Alright, the real alien Tom back with you. Tabby Callett from Outer Space Landscape. Back on the job, back in the yard, off of work, and ready to just goof off in the garden. I'm going to put off doing my irrigation system and seeding for a few days. I mean, we've been getting all this rain here. 3 inches just on Monday alone, okay? And that was yesterday. So I didn't want to get a washout of my seeds or anything, my raised beds. You know, even though some of you may have noticed, I do use some garden soil as a top dress after I seed these beds. So I do use some store-bought stuff. Alien Tom's not all about all organic completely. But today, different. We're going to be doing some cuttings. I'm also like a bonsai, I wouldn't say enthusiast. I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm not great at it, but through the internet and coming upon people that are just amazing. Adam Ask Why. Check out his blog. Learn a lot about bonsai from a different perspective than the old ancient bonsai artists. Johnny Bonsai just inspired me to do this video. So here we go. What we're going to be doing is rooting one of my favorite trees. Rooted cuttings. These are, this is a black dragon cryptomeria. And if you know what a black dragon cryptomeria is, you know it's kind of a funky tree. They don't get very big. Probably get a lot larger than they're spec to. Largest one I've ever seen was about 16 feet tall. But usually they stay a good mature height after about 20 years of growth, about 8 feet, 8 to 10, maybe up to 12. But these guys are really awesome. And I'm going to root them in this rooting medium here that I've created. I'm going to actually create a humidity chamber to put this in. What this is a Coke crate that I got from the back of a convenience store. Actually, the lady at my local BP had given this to me. She said, shh, don't tell anybody. I'll catch a lot of trouble for this. But basically, there's a lot of holes down here, so I've lined it with some burlap. Even stuck some of the burlap under there. It's all in place. What this is, and this is kind of an experiment for me. I'm used to using just plain sand. This time I'm adding, the lower part is this paver base. If you've seen some of my earlier videos, I'm using paver base to lay patios with, and it's like a sand. Same thing. Is it toxic? Is it toxic? Is it going to kill plants? That's my question. I mean, I don't know. I've been using paver base to build patios with for years. But I don't know. You know, I've never rooted anything. My success with rooting has always been just sand. Oh, if you're wondering who that is, that's Kerbit. I'm kind of a big gourd grower around here. Used to be, until my wife got sick of all the vines. And she said, Tommy, don't ever grow those gourds around here. I'm sick of it. But I used to carve them out and make little alien heads out of them. And I've got a whole collection of them I make. Some of them have been turned into shakara. Shakara, which is a shaker. Which I could show you in a later video of how to make it. It's a lot of fun with beads. And then you turn this guy into a musical instrument. But what Kerbit's doing right now, Kerbit, you mind if I pick you up? He's been carved out. A lot of Dremel action here. Sand and even a little bit of stain. And if you put a light bulb in his head, he looks pretty cool at night. But he's in the bonsai pot now, and he's hoping his favorite plant, the crypto, the beautiful black dragon cryptomeria cypress, will be his someday. But I've got my rooted cuttings here. I'm going to cut these down to about 6 inches in length using a little sharp knife. And then we're going to stick them in the sand. I'll get back with you in just a moment. Okay, folks, with taking cuttings, you know, this is a softwood cutting, basically. This is all tip growth of this cryptomeria cypress. As you get back into here, you're seeing a little bit of older growth. That would be semi-hardwood cutting. This is softwood cutting. The Dynagrow is what I'm going to show you how I'm using that. That's why I was inspired by Johnny Bonsai. I want to make some bonsais out of these little guys. I love the cryptomeria, the look. I think they'll make great bonsais. So what I'm going to do is cut these guys down to 6 inches with a nice sharp knife. Excuse me. About right to this point here, 6. Now I'm looking for something here. I want to go below a node. A node is where a branch is. So if you're looking at this, right about 6 inches, I want to cut about right here. Just below this node right here and that node, there's a lot of sugars, starch build up right here in the node. And if I cut right here, and then I'll actually remove a lot of this growth here up, and then I'll end up with a few branches up here, and then I'll dip my rooting compound, my cutting in the rooting compound in this bucket. Okay, let's mix up some KLN. This is something that Johnny Bonsai swears by. It's actually got some nutrients in it. The application here is 1 to 3 teaspoons of this product per gallon. Okay, so let's do some math. I can't get a focus. Let's not do some math on that. Basically, when I mix these products, any products I'm using, here I've got my fancy syringe. It's an ml. It's in milliliters. It's 20 ml right there. Well, how many people know that 5 milliliters equals 1 teaspoon? You know, not too many. So, you know, I'm troubled there. Or what about a tablespoon? You know, what is that? Well, it takes about 3 teaspoons to make 1 tablespoon. So, you know, I'll just, fill this up halfway? Of course, you know. My father, Everett Coward, who was an agronomist for Ciba-Geigy for many, many years, taught me one time that the cap is a teaspoon. So, what am I going to need to add to a half gallon of water to make the equivalent of 1 to 3? I got a range. I got a range of 1 to 3 ounces per gallon. So, I'll probably end up going with about 1 ounce and 3/4 to give me somewhere in the range of 1 to 3 ounces per gallon. You know, I'm not going to put in 3 ounces. That would overload me double rate, close to it. So we'll get started on that. That's just a little math I wanted to discuss with you. Some of us people out here, especially in the turf business like myself, have to struggle with. You know, not struggle with. You better get good at it. Kermit knows. I mean, he got here from another planet. So, flew his little flying saucer in here. He must have known good math. Well, you use good math and, you know, get to know your little teaspoons. You can actually get it down to where it's just a clunk, 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 and you can calibrate yourself on what each little pour is. Try it. Try filling up a tablespoon with 1 little pinch. See what gives you. And remember that 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. That's a good mark. Pints a pound, the world around. That's another good one. Alright guys, I'm going to mix this up and get sticking. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, perfect. Just about 1.5 ounces. That's 5 mils plus about 4 mils, right? Okay, we're putting our mixture in there. That's the hormones. I didn't cheat. Let's see if this works. Okay, folks, so what you're doing now is you're just cutting off a lot of the lower branches. Kind of tree it up like that, probably about 2-3 inches. You've already cut it just below a nice node. And then take your knife and cut. Basically, what you're doing is scarring it on the bottom. Okay, take it over your root hormone. Dip. Dip it generously. Go for a swim. Take it over here to your seed bed. Plop it right in. Okay, now after all this is planted, I'll water it in. Alright. And, you know, it's going to settle in. Then I'm going to put this in a white plastic bag. Stick it in the back of the yard, and oh, I get some rooted cuttings. All right. Alien Tom and Curb it out. Hey, don't be strangers. If you like what you saw, please subscribe below or comment. If you have any questions, let me know. If you can see where some improvements can be made, help me! Alien Tom out. That's our job. Curb it. You heading back? Going back out of space? Alright, the real Alien Tom back with you to finish up this root cutting of the Cryptomeria Cypress Black Dragon episode. And just want to go over a little bit about rooting hormones with you. I was using the KLN product. It's a rooting concentrate. And then here's an old standby. Dusted it off a little bit for you to see. Root tone. This is a powder. It's indole acetic acid. It's a type of acid. And I'm sure the Dynagrow contains something similar, although it is a nutritional type of product. This actually contains fertilizer. This does not. This is just the pure rooting hormone. Hey, what all landscapers need, lots of good sunscreen and lots of good lotions. I like them all. The No Eczema, or Noxema, it's been around since 1918. Great product for itch, and then Lubriderm for rashes and things you might pick up. I want to also go really quickly by a few books that I swear by, the natural solutions to things that bug you. And you can come up with all kinds of home remedies for whatever's going on in your yard with insects. I love it. This is a great natural solution to insects. It makes you think, makes you understand how insects think, and help you to deter them in your garden naturally without using heavy-duty pesticides. This is where we're all going, folks. Teeming with microbes, man. This is all about the microbes in the soil. You know, they always talk about the ocean and how there's so much we don't know about the ocean and all of the creatures of the sea. We don't know. We haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg on that one. Same with the soil. And now we're learning, and through different people like Jeff Lowenfels and Wayne Lewis here, who wrote this great book, and Elaine Ingram, all these folks are helping me. I have lots of other influences from the web, YouTube videos on how to make mycorrhiza, how to make IMO, how to make EM1, and all these great things you can add that are, they've been around forever. We need to get to it. We can make it ourselves. Take it right out of thin air. Hey, there's my greens, and pardon the mess, but this is a pile of projects. You know, this is the irrigation parts we'll be using for the irrigation system. We don't even need, because it's been raining so much, some teas. But you'll see this in a later video when we can put together the drip system for the raised beds. You know, I've been meaning to install this bulkhead. Beautiful bulkhead. I probably paid $10. It's going in a rain barrel. Hadn't gotten around to it. But anyway, that's where we're at with doing the rooted cuttings. These products are very good. They'll help ensure you can even make your own hormone from willow. And I've done that before, where I've taken pieces of willow and soaked them in water. Just willow tree, the green part. You know, just a few little twigs, like a foot long, like the size of a drumstick. Soaked them in water for about a week, and you have yourself some root tone. Same thing. Oh, to get back to the shikaras, I may have showed you one or didn't talk about it. This is a shikara made from a gourd. I've grown a lot of gourds around here over the years. You know, they're fun to grow. They grow so fast. It's a lot of fun. The shikara! And you make this from just regular beads and a herringbone type of stringing job with hemp string. I don't know if anybody's seen me. I am a percussionist by trade for the other mothers. But just want to share that with you, Alien Tom. Gardening, music here at Outer Space Landscape. That's what we're all about. You know, maybe back in an earlier music video I did, I bragged about an alien I had in a jar. And there he is. Picked that up at a Spencer's Gifts and have not seen one since. So I guess I'm the lucky only owner of the alien baby in a jar. But I do own a spaceship. I have a flying saucer. You may have seen that in an earlier video. Anyway, Alien Tom, doing some rooted cuttings tonight. Hope this didn't bore you or anything. I'm adding a lot of extra things. These videos that I make on YouTube are a way to kind of unload a little bit, you know, let some steam off and share some ideas with you. Hopefully they're helpful. Tommy Cowett, Alien Tom, Outer Space Landscape. I'm signing out, and you guys have a great one. Hey, I told you Herbert looked great with a light bulb stuck in his head.